This is one of my friend's wheel and he has made some hubcaps out of cardboard for it, but you can see they don't look very nice and they're wobbly and unstable, and most of the time they get stuck when the wheel is turning. I'm going to make new ones out of aluminium sheet with the help of metal spinning. First I'm going to prepare this sheet, cut it out round with the bevel shear and drill a hole in the center. Next up, I'm going to make a negative shape for the metal spinning out of this big piece of aluminium. It could also be done out of plastic or wood, although wood is a bit critical. If you have a lot of grain structure in it, then it will transfer it onto the sheet when metal spinning. The negative form I need is fairly simple. It only has a little diameter in the center to guide the drilled hole in the sheet and one big angle to the outer diameter. As I couldn't set my compound slide to this 8-degree angle, I used this chamfering tool instead. It worked fine for this job, as this angle does not have to be very accurate. After removing the tool post, I can put the blank sheet onto the negative form and clamp it with the tailstock. I have done metal spinning only one time on the kitchen scale restoration before, so I have pretty much no experience or knowledge of it. This was the tool I used back then. It's just a bronze bar with one end grinded round and polished. I then laid it onto the compound slide against the tool post shaft, applied pressure to the part and dragged it along the sheet in this direction. I used an oil spray for lubrication. Here you can see now the metal spinning in action. It works, I mean the metal changes its shape, but the surface is not good at all. You can really see that I'm having a lot of trouble to pull the tool consistently along the part, and this leaves nasty marks behind on the sheet. Here you can really see and also hear how rough the spin surface is. This would require a lot of sanding to get it clean, and I really want to avoid that because I need to make 8 pieces in total. I really need to improve my metal spinning to get a nice and clean surface finish. After a lot of research, I think I have found the problems. First, I'm going to make a new tool. I'm grinding it to a much flatter but still roundish surface. I'm also going to harden and polish it to make it more resistant against wear. Next up, I'm making a new tool rest, drilling a few 16mm holes in it and chamfer the whole thing. Okay, let's give this new setup a test run. I've also made this little pin for the tool rest to push the tool against. This time I'm not going to drag the tool along this line, I'm going to move it along this line down here. As you can see, the tool always stays at the same location at the pin now. I only need to move it up and down to follow the line on the part. I don't have to drag it anymore, which is very difficult to do consistently while applying pressure on the part. I'm also using grease this time as a lubricant. A lot of grease, actually. I'm moving the tool from the smaller diameter to the outer diameter and back to the smaller one while applying pressure on the part. With this new technique I'm able to move the tool very consistent and achieve a very nice surface finish. After every pass I'm applying new grease onto the part and on the tool as well, just to be sure it's very well lubricated, otherwise the material would clog up on the tool because of too much friction and heat. Okay, let's watch this one more time from straight above. After removing the rest of the grease of the part, we can now take a closer look and compare it to the previously spinned part. It's a huge difference, and it now only requires a tiny bit of sanding to get all the marks from the metal spinning out. As the metal spinning is done now, I can put the tool post back on the lathe to finish these hubcaps by turning the outer diameter to size. give it a quick cleanup with Scotch-Brite and that's it. They came out absolutely fantastic. I've learned a lot with this little project and I'm happy to have now a metal spinning setup with the tool and the tool rest. I can also use the tool rest for wood turning on the lathe, by the way. Okay, enough talking. Let's now finish this project and fix the hubcaps with epoxy glue on the wheels. Thanks for watching.